What if I told you, you don't need anyone to complete you? Not after 70. You don't need constant company, you don't need phone calls every day, and you definitely don't need to feel ashamed for enjoying your own peace. Because what most people don't realize is this: your greatest strength is your independence, your ability to sit alone and still feel whole, your ability to walk in silence and still feel guided, your ability to lose people and still not lose yourself. Yes, the world may tell you that friendships, social circles, and staying connected are the keys to a happy old age. But the truth? Many of those connections bring more drama than joy, more noise than peace. After 70, peace becomes your goal. Stillness becomes your medicine. Solitude becomes your sanctuary. This is not about isolation. This is about liberation. This is about understanding that after a lifetime of giving, supporting, and carrying others, now is your time to carry yourself. You are not broken because you walk alone. You are powerful because you walk without needing applause. In this video, I will show you 8 soul-deep reasons why embracing your independence can lead to more joy, more clarity, and more strength than ever before. If you're tired of the noise, if you're done chasing people who don't show up, then listen closely, because this message is for the brave, the wise, the ones who are finally ready to live on their own terms. Let's begin. The beauty of self-reliance after 70. There is a quiet, powerful transformation that happens after the age of 70. The world around you starts to slow down, but something within you begins to rise. It's called self-reliance, and it's not a weakness, it's a gift. For decades you were needed by your family, your work, your community. You poured your energy into others. You gave your time, your attention, your love. You built, sacrificed, and supported. But now, this chapter of life isn't about everyone else. It's about you. This is the season where you get to finally come home to yourself. After 70, friendships change. People move on. Some grow distant. Some leave this world. And while it may feel like loss at first, it's often the start of something greater. A life of freedom without pressure, peace without noise, and reflection without judgment. Solitude doesn't mean sadness. It means you're no longer dependent on external validation to feel alive. You don't need to be surrounded by people to feel valuable. You've outgrown shallow conversations and small talk. Now you crave truth, stillness, and authenticity. And that's where independence becomes beautiful. You can wake when you choose, eat what nourishes you, walk where your soul feels calm. You are no longer performing, you are no longer chasing approval. You are simply being. And that, at this age, is a quiet revolution. You don't have to answer to anyone. You don't have to explain yourself. You've earned the right to rest, to heal, to move through life at your own pace. So embrace the space. Welcome the silence. This isn't loneliness, this is liberation. You've spent your life building for others. Now build something within for you. Because after 70, true happiness is not found in the crowd. It's found in the courage to walk alone and still feel complete. 8 reasons why you don't need friends after 70. Let's be honest, society teaches us that having a big circle of friends means we're successful, loved, or fulfilled. But after 70, the rules change. What once filled your life with energy may now drain it. What used to excite you may now exhaust you. That's why many wise elders embrace a new kind of strength, the strength to walk alone, to live in peace, and to be perfectly content without constant companionship. Here are 8 powerful reasons why you don't need friends after 70 to live a full, happy, and meaningful life. 1. Peace over drama. You've outgrown gossip, misunderstandings, and unnecessary emotional weight. Your soul now craves silence, calm, and clarity, not conflict. 2. Self-awareness. You know who you are. You don't need validation, approval, or someone else's opinion to define your worth. You are enough, all by yourself. 3. Energy conservation. At this stage, your energy is precious. You no longer have to waste it on superficial connections or one-sided relationship. 4. Mental clarity. Less noise, fewer opinions, and no emotional clutter. Solitude sharpens your mind and strengthens your focus. 5. Prioritizing health. You can finally focus on your well-being without distraction. Your diet, your movement, your sleep, your healing. 6. Spiritual depth. Without constant interaction, you make space for spiritual growth, reflection, prayer, and gratitude. These moments become your quiet fuel. 7. Freedom of time. You answer only to your own rhythm now. No schedules, no waiting, no pressure. Just the freedom to live your days your way. 8. Deepening self-love. With fewer people around, you begin to hear your own thoughts clearly. You notice your needs, your patterns, your wisdom. You discover the strongest relationship you'll ever have, the one with yourself. After 70, happiness isn't about numbers. It's about nourishment from within. And when your inner world is peaceful, you'll realize you don't need a crowd to feel whole. You only need truth, strength, and the courage to be alone without being lonely. How to stay mentally and emotionally strong alone. One of the greatest misconceptions about aging is that being alone means being lonely. But let me tell you something powerful. Solitude is not emptiness, it's strength. When used with purpose, solitude becomes a sanctuary, a place to restore your mind, renew your spirit, and grow deeper than ever before. After 70, your emotional and mental strength doesn't come from the people around you, it comes from the habits you build within yourself. And the secret to staying strong is simple. Feed your mind and protect your peace. Here's how to do it. Start your day with stillness. Before the noise of the world creeps in, sit quietly, pray, meditate, breathe deeply. This sets the tone for a centered and peaceful day. Read every day. Feed your brain like you feed your body. Books, articles, scripture, whatever keeps your thoughts sharp and your heart wise. Reading keeps the mind alive and prevents mental decline. Move your body. A strong body fuels a strong mind. Walk outside, stretch, breathe fresh air. When you move, you release tension, boost energy, and clear your thoughts. Create something. Paint, write, cook, plant. Express your soul. Creativity is a therapy that reminds you that you are still capable of beauty and joy. Practice gratitude. Each night, reflect on 3 things you're thankful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's still abundant. Stay curious. Try new things. Watch documentaries. Listen to music you've never heard. Curiosity keeps the spirit young, and a young spirit carries you forward with joy. Protect your energy. You don't need to explain your peace to anyone. Guard it. Don't invite unnecessary drama, and don't apologize for needing space. Being alone isn't something to fear. It's a path toward mastering your inner world. When you strengthen your thoughts, your emotions, and your habits, you no longer fear being alone. You cherish it. Because true peace doesn't come from a room full of people. It comes from a heart that knows how to stand tall in silence and still feel whole. Your final chapter, your greatest power. At this stage of life, most people think it's time to sit back, stay quiet, and slowly fade into the background. But not you. Because after 70, you're not at the end. You're at the beginning of your final and most powerful chapter. And the beauty of this chapter is that you get to write it your way. You no longer need permission. You don't have to meet anyone's expectations. You don't have to explain your choices. Now you live on your own terms. And that's where true freedom begins. Yes, friendships may grow distant. Yes, the noise of the outside world may start to fade. But that silence, that stillness, it's not emptiness. It's space. Space for your healing. Space for reflection. Space for truth. In this chapter, you reclaim your time. You move when you choose. You speak when it matters. You surround yourself not with crowds but with calm. You no longer seek attention, you seek alignment. And in that alignment, you find power. You realize that being alone isn't a weakness, it's wisdom. You're no longer afraid of missing out because you've already lived, loved, lost, and learned. And now you understand. The real riches in life are peace, health, clarity, and purpose. This is your time to do what brings you joy. Whether it's walking at dawn, tending a garden, reading old books, praying deeply, or simply watching the sunrise, this is your moment. Not to prove anything, not to please anyone, but to live fully and fearlessly, to embrace the stillness. Celebrate your independence. Let go of what no longer serves you, because you're not fading. You're sharpening. And if the world doesn't understand that, let it be. You've already earned the right to live boldly alone and beautifully free. This is not your decline. This is your awakening. So now you know the truth. You don't need a crowd to feel complete. You don't need daily visitors to feel loved. And you certainly don't need to measure your happiness by the number of people who surround you. Because real peace comes when you stop depending on others for your joy and start building that joy from within. After 70, your greatest power is freedom. Freedom from expectations, obligations, and noise. You have the space to breathe, to think clearly, to walk at your own pace, and write the final chapters of your life with boldness and wisdom. The world may not understand your silence, but silence is where the soul speaks loudest. They may not understand your solitude, but solitude is where strength is forged. You've lived, you've loved, you've lost, and now you've learned you are enough. So don't apologize for needing space. Don't feel guilty for loving peace. And don't wait for others to approve of the life that sets you free. You don't need dozens of friends to feel alive. You just need truth. Fruit. You just need clarity. You just need you. Because you in your stillness are already powerful. You in your silence are already whole. So walk proudly in your independence. Live calmly in your freedom. And let this next chapter be the one where you finally live for you. Because after all this time, you are not alone. You are complete, and you are just getting started.